Hello, motherfucks. Welcome to the Chit Chat Chai Podcast. I'm your host, Shayan, also known as Jamshid, and this is my co-host,
Mateen, aka Mahmoud.
Today we're joined by Mr. Kasem from Novara Motorsports, so thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having us.
So yeah, we're very grateful for this opportunity. We really appreciate you coming by, and we're excited to have a conversation with you today about a whole bunch of different topics, business, life, cars, and everything in between.
All the good stuff.
First off, kind of want to start off your upbringing, how you were raised, how you got to where you are. If you kind of want to give us a little quick rundown.
Long story short, born and raised in SoCal, Corona. Lived there for 23 years. Moved out to Orange County at 23 when I got married. No longer married. And just basically been investing in restaurants to a performance shop, from a performance shop to houses in the Mid-East, Section 8s to owning of just plethora of things. And cars is my vice. Cars is the only thing I rarely spend on. I don't wear fancy clothes and go out and pop bottles and clubs and all that. I just work cars. That's it. So
Yeah.
Here I am now.
That's the way to do it, man.
That's the way to do it. It seems like, he's living the dream, especially with that whole car lifestyle. I mean, I know for us, especially with our content, our viewers are aware of that cars is a huge part of our lives.
Yeah.
So it's very cool. You're kind of living out that dream.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Thank you.
How would you say, if you had like a piece of advice, maybe to the younger generation who want to be where you're at, what would you suggest they do to take action?
Work. That's it. I mean, it's everybody thinks it's a lot harder than it is, which I get, because when I was a kid, I was the same way too. You think it's all this mumbo jumbo. You got to do this, that. It just boils down to doing the work. And what does that mean? I don't know. I can't tell you what that means for you. I know what it means for me, but it just means every single day you're trying to figure it out, right? But every day that you don't, that's a day that's not any productivity happening, and so many people I meet have these crazy ass goals, which is awesome. Great. Do it. But if you're trying to accomplish like 30 years of someone else's work in 5 years, like I got kids that are like, I'm going to drive an SVJ2. All right. By when? They're like, when I'm 30. All right. Well, you're 25 now, bro. Like, well, I'm 28, but it's like you're 25 now, you want that by 30. That typically, to be able to afford a car like that, to get to that financial level, has taken most people 20, 30 years to get there. And you're trying to do this in 5 years. So now you have to condense that. That means 1 day equals 6 days. It means every dollar equals 6. It means everything that you do is amplified by 6. So it means 1 day that you don't do shit, that's 6 days. That it's, you're trying to accomplish greatness, which I commend you. Awesome, do it. But then you have to want it. You have to do it. You have to just figure it out.
That's huge.
No, I absolutely agree with that. That's crazy, because I feel like, especially in our generation nowadays, like people are so like influenced, by like the surroundings, or kids that are younger than them, or like their age. Like especially for me, like I grew up in Westlake, which was like an area where there's a lot of wealthy rich kids, where it's kind of just like handy downs from like their parents or something.
Right.
It's really hard, because comparison is like the
Thief of joy.
thief of joy. Yes, took the words out of my mouth. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
But leading into my next question to you would be, if you were like your own study guide, what would be like the main mistakes going back, like that you would tell yourself to not make?
Take more calculated risks. Stay away from women. Save your money.
Save your money.
That is probably the 3 things that held me back the most.
Yeah.
Was I would just throw money at shit and just hope that it would work. I would do whatever it took to save up and then just invest it. Save up and then invest it. But I wouldn't do the due diligence behind it. I would just be, you know what, this looks like it'll fuck it. Like I went into Airbnbs. I lost 20 grand in like 2 months. I went, fuck. And then I had to stack up again. And then same thing, you know what I mean? And so do your due diligence before you invest, but don't also have analysis paralysis. A lot of people just sit there and analyze. After a certain point, you have to take action, right? Yeah. So it's doing the research. When it clicks, when it makes sense, then you go for it. At the end of the day, the truth is you won't know the answer. Business equals risk. There's no guarantee. But what you can do is continuously try, fuck up, fail, learn from those, and keep going until you find the formula. 2, girls, there's no need for us to be with a girl until we're financially stable.
Yeah.
For sure, having a girl that's there, that's your supporter and companionship and love and feelings, it's phenomenal. But shut the fuck up and work, homie. Like right now is the time to get down and just get locked in, to where I'm at a point now where I got married at 20. I left her at 21 rather quickly because I was just like, this is not it. That's that. And then I got married again at 23. I dipped out at 26. I had to just leave, and I did. And so now I'm at this point where after that, I focused on me. I doubled down on me to where now, thank God, I'm financially free and I can pick from who I would like to pick. One of the biggest values of a man is being financially stable. And that's a huge value to add. And so once you have that under your belt, you don't have to settle because then you become rare. Being 28 in the financial position that I am in, I don't know many guys my age or in general that are in the financial position that I am in. Plus, you couple that with being a decent man, a loyal man, not abusive man, a person who likes to put out time for your partner, who's caring, loving, who understands that a lady does not only need finances, but also needs to have a partnership, emotional support, all these other things that go into being a high value man.
100%. I'm glad you touched on that, the female aspect of it.
Of course.
Because I feel like, especially with our generation, with social media, maybe if that plays a factor, there's this whole facade of,
If you got the bread, you're straight. No, there's more to that.
Exactly. And
that'll get the girl, but that won't keep the girl.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of people, they want to be in a relationship. They feel like they have to, or, but I'm a huge believer on that, because I'm 20. I'm young.
Yeah.
In high school, I was in a 2.5-year relationship,
Damn.
right?
Damn.
I wasted well, maybe not waste. Waste is a bad word,
It's
but
not a waste if you learn from it.
exactly. And I definitely did. And I'm totally in that mindset of they're currently a distraction. I want to be in a place in my life where it's I can handle that and give my all to my girl. And, if I'm not there yet, what's the point, right?
Yeah.
I can't fully be there for them. So I'm glad you touched on that. And I think that's something the viewers need to hear for sure.
But also, I'm sorry, but
No, you're good.
But also when you can bring all that to the relationship, then you have expectations too.
Yeah.
Of your partner then, right? Like if I'm allowing you to not, if I am giving you the freedom to not have a job, if I'm giving you my personal debit card and you don't have to do anything and you don't have to worry about anything, and in terms of financial stuff, and you have that giant stress off of your mind, plus you're getting loyalty, you're getting affection, you're getting care, you're getting the mental stimulation of being with a person who can hold conversation. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. Then you also have the ability of being able to hold them to a certain standard too, right? But if you're just a piece of shit with a lot of cash, what's that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You have to be a well-rounded individual.
100%.
Yeah, there's so much more to it. I completely agree with both you guys.
Yeah.
It's so crazy because I think the biggest thing is being able to provide. I think that's a big thing for me is, just being able to provide for a woman, and then obviously all of the other, traits that that are attractive is really big.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. Yeah, no. Now, another question kind of want to touch on.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think social media has affected our generation? You think it's for the worst, for the best?
For the worst,
Ooh.
for sure. I get
I so
get
agree.
kids that DM me, buy a Pagani. I'm like, well, homie, you know how much that is?
You buy a Pagani.
Yeah, what are you talking about? I like the 2 days after I bought the SVJ, someone was like, why don't you buy that? I'm like, bro, it's $4 million car. Do you know how much that is? Did you not grasp how much my car is, and then how much more that car is?
Yeah.
And I think, and it even affected me too. I remember probably 2019, we were talking about Huracans, and my brother was about to buy one. And I was like, that car's whatever. Why? Because I would see it every single day on my IG, and on my Explore page, you see a Huracan, and right next to that, Pagani. Obviously, the Huracan is not going to be, shit, right? But then when my brother bought the car, I drove, I was like, damn, this is freaking sick. Even till this day, I daily drive a SVJ. I still love the Huracan. It sucks to how it's portrayed now with the whole course seller crap, first, exotic car, blah, blah. But I definitely think a lot of people are very jaded. I've met a lot of kids that are actually doing very well for themselves. I know kids that are 20, 21, making 20, 30, 80, $100,000 a month. And they're like, that's not enough. I need to get to your, I'm like, bro, I'm 8 years older than you.
Yeah.
And even at that, even if you are 45 making 20 grand a month, you're making $240,000 a year. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to them, it's like, if I'm not making 500 grand a month by the time I'm 22 and I'm 21, no, bro, you're on the right track.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
There was this quote that I actually thought about like literally a couple nights ago, which is kind of funny. I was just in bed and like I've always kind of like grown up like in the area that I did. I always had a bad habit of like comparing myself to like
course.
you know all the other like rich kids in my
Mhm.
area, compared to you know how I was raised. And I thought about this quote, and it was like, "Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's like chapter 30."
I love that.
And like
I love that.
it was like that like
Yeah.
like as soon as like I thought about that, it just hit me, and it was it just led into comparison. What'd you say? Comparison is
Comparison is the thief of all joy.
comparison is the thief of all joy, and it just like hit home to me, man.
Yeah.
And like it really like I see your face. I see your
So
face.
that used to happen to me. There's somebody in my extended family that is monumentally successful. And I used to always be like, damn, like he has this. I want to get to that point too. I love seeing the way he conducts his life, lives his life. I want that. But he's like 30 years older than me. And that's not fair to me, right?
Yeah.
So then I had to start, and I don't think you should compare yourself at all. But if you are going to, and if your mind has to, fine, then compare it year for year. Where were they? Where are you? Right? Then once I did that, I said, okay, well, I'm doing 20 times what they were doing at my age and their age. When they were 28, they weren't even close to where I'm at now.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So, okay, so now if I just keep this same track, you know, right, then I can slowly get to where they're at now. You feel me?
100%.
Which actually, ironically, I've surpassed them, which is crazy.
awesome.
I think I have. So
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that same mindset can be used for a lot of other things too, not only financially. Like I could just like with our situation with just social media and content creation. Obviously, we've had a passion for it. Tomorrow actually will mark 11 months consistently uploading.
you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Same for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I started last year. No, I think this is the 12th month. It's been a year. I started in August. Like I actually started like hard in August.
Yeah, you know, before we started Jamshid and Mahmoud and Persian Productions and all that, you popped up on my For You page. I think you were at like 2,000 followers.
Oh, no way.
And it was a video of you at the Wiener Schnitzel, just
Okay.
kind of just like giving a tour.
Everybody saw that video.
That was the video. Well, I
That's
think that was
crazy.
the video that I don't know how good it did, but I bet
Yeah.
like it got most views than the others. And
Yeah.
that's what I remember seeing. I'm like, oh shoot,
That's the video that actually got my girl to find me.
really?
Swear, yeah.
Oh, look at that. That's full
crazy,
circle.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow.
But yeah, then you just kind of lived on my For You page since then.
No way.
You're just always on my For You page.
Funny.
And you know, honestly, as a like, we had a lot of inspirations going into it, but then seeing you talk about social media and being a successful person and getting into social media, I'm like, okay, wow.
Yeah.
So then we started this.
It's funny, bro. I get people that call me successful, and I understand that from the outside they may think that I'm successful, and I'm sure I could say that I've accomplished some form of success for sure, but I don't feel it. You know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's and I think that just goes back to like what is enough. It's never
Yeah.
enough, and I think that when I get guys come up to me, they're like, "Dude, you've done so much." I'm like, I don't feel it.
I
Yeah.
mean, also like agree or disagree with me. I feel like I feel like it could also be like you know where you came from. You know,
Yeah. Yeah,
like
for sure.
I feel like that's a big thing for me. Like I'll always know where I come from. You know,
Always,
I'm nowhere near
So,
successful. I'm still on my journey. I'm probably like on
It's
chapter 2.
ironic
You
that
know,
say that. It's ironic that you say that. My girl now, she basically told me, she goes, "Do you know what's something that you do a lot that I don't see anyone do?" I was like, "Huh?" She's like, reflect.
yes.
I'm like, what the fuck does
100%.
that even mean? Like my brain wasn't computing what she was saying, and she's like, "Yeah, like you always talk about where you came from. You always talk about what you had and where you came from, and where how far you've just come." And it's true. Like I've like, dude, there's not a day that goes by that I don't remember, like only being able to put $20 of gas a day.
Yeah. It's
Which
like
today I'll pump $200-300 a day, and I don't care.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's times where I'll literally, what was it? The other day I was driving through my hometown in Corona, and I had my friend Kevin Pax Cullinan, and I'm trying to buy it off of him, and I basically hijacked his car. And if I don't buy that one, then I'll buy one probably sometime this week. But I was cruising by in my hometown, and I drove past the psychiatric hospital that I got put into because I got 150. I don't know if you guys ever
I've heard
heard
of
of her. Yeah, so
What's that? If you don't mind me asking.
basically, when you get into something and the police come and they deem you unsafe to society because you can't control yourself as a kid, I don't want to say anger issues because it's not that. It's just not being able to control your anger, and I would like black out and just go in, like a fight or whatever. Now, night and day, I've controlled myself substantially more, but there are times where I'm like, what the fuck, dude, and so they, instead of arresting me and taking me to jail, they put me in a 72-hour hold. And I remember this was on Saturday or Sunday. I was driving by and I was just like, I saw it, and I looked straight and like envisioned it through my eyes. I'm driving a Cullinan, even though it's not mine. I'm trying to buy the car from him. So like the fact that like I can have this, and I'm driving it, and I look to my right, I see the hospital, and I look back, and I see the Spirit of Ecstasy there, and I was just like, God. I was like, damn.
What a trippy moment.
Yeah.
Trippy moment for sure. And I love that. And I love how you use your platform and utilize it, and you talk about your upbringing, how you came up, because a lot of this generation is daddy's money.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of these fake.
And the funny thing too is a lot of guys think that I am.
Really?
When they don't know that it is the
Perfect
polar
opportunity.
opposite.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even care. They can't grasp the concept that there's
100%.
a brown kid that was just
100%.
able to do it.
100%.
My dad has done well for himself.
Yeah.
But I just shoot straight. He's not where I am, and it's not like he's worth, millions. He had one fast food spot that was bringing in about $6,000 a month. And he took care of me, my mom, my brother, my sister off that $72,000 a year before taxes.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And so like right now they're in a home that I pay for.
That's awesome.
I bought my sister a Cayenne. I'm paying for their next home, and they're like, "Daddy's money." Okay, all right, dude.
Which is
what do I say to that? I can't. Okay, whatever.
Something we recognize too, and we brought you. This is from our brand. It's license plate frame. It says Bubba's money, but I'm Bubba.
That's tight,
for
dude.
The people who call you daddy's money, you just let them know you slap that on your car.
That's funny.
Bubba's money, but I'm Bubba.
Bubba's
You're
money,
Bubba.
but I'm Bubba. That's hilarious. I like that.
Yeah. 100%.
Thank you.
Of course, man.
That's hilarious. Yeah, no, I've dealt with that a lot, and it is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm the one who's taking care of my mom and dad, and I think the people who say those things are kind of, they're insecure, and they wish that they could do those things themselves. Like, actually today we just started pouring the foundation to my parents' house that I'm paying for the construction of it, and I'll show you a photo of it too. It's been two years in the making.
Oh my God!
And today we finally broke ground, and we're pumping the foundation for my parents' house. It's going to be a $3 million home.
Wow!
I'm paying for everything, and then once that's done, I don't think my mom and dad will see this, but I'm planning on buying my dad a Phantom. And I want to surprise my dad once the house is done. I want to hand him the keys, and then the goal is that night I want to surprise him with a Phantom with a big old fucking boat. Either
awesome.
a Phantom or a Cullinan or some rolls.
Yeah, or like he opens the garage door when you give him the house, and then like a double whammy.
The plan is I want to invite everybody down. This has been a lifelong dream. It's been a lifelong dream. I've always daydreamt of giving my mom and my dad that car. And the plan is to invite everybody down to my shop. I want just a fucking swarm there. And then I want to invite them down and just have a sea of people. Because when I threw my event on like a couple Sundays back, it was just a cars and coffee. It was packed, slammed. I had about 1,000 there. So with this, I know I'll have like 2,000-3,000 there, and I want my mom and dad there, and then I want a fucking Rolls Royce to cruise through the crowd with a giant fucking bow on it. That's my final. It's my final dream, bro. That's my final thing for my mom and my dad. It's the house, the car, and then they're done. And they can just relax, and I can continue on my journey. My dad can retire, live at home, do his fucking thing, man, and then I can just do me, bro.
Yeah, man. I have no doubt about it that you'll do it.
Thank you.
That you'll do it, man. I'm
Thank you.
really excited. Hopefully, Sean and I can be there to witness that with
Absolutely.
you, man. That'd be awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
funny. You brought that up literally on the drive here. We were talking about our goals and aspirations, and that was the first thing he said.
Was what?
Wants to get his parents, put him in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
Yeah,
just take
man.
care of him. That's
They
his
do so
first
much
goal,
for us, bro.
100%.
Yeah.
Our parents, my dad came here from Pakistan 1972 or 1979, I don't know, something like in the 70s on 4th of July. My dad worked at Taco Bell, McDonald's, Denny's, and he's done everything to be able to take care of my mom, take care of me, my sister, my brother. He's a stand-up guy, has been loyal to my mom for 41 years. You know, he's a solid fucking dude, and I want to give him the world. And he's always said, my father's always said, he goes, when you grow up, you will be my arms. You will be my arms. And so I've always taken that. And today, my dad does say that. He goes, you have become my arms.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I actually as I'm saying it to you, I'm actually kind of getting emotional because it's like to see how far I've come, and cops being at my house because I'm getting into fights or jumping in my car, dumb shit, and my dad being like, where the fuck did I go wrong? And then now to be able to just hear those words from my dad is a very empowering thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether you view those incidents in your life as mistakes or not, they made you who you are now. You learned from them, and you got the story to tell from it. So
Thank you.
kudos to you. Very
Thanks,
cool.
man.
You're living every guy's dream, whether you want to believe it or not.
Yeah, man. Seriously.
Whether you want to believe it or not, you're a very humble guy, but
Thank you.
just want that to be known.
And I quickly want to touch back when you first brought up Novara. I remember when Sean and I first came to your shop and we were reviewing your cars. It was like a really kind of dream come true for us because we've seen your videos and stuff and we've watched your videos. So to come down and to your shop and review your cars, that was also a really cool experience. So we want to thank you for that as well and that opportunity.
Yeah,
those videos were awesome and fun to make.
Yeah, we reviewed, what was it, Omar's X5M?
My brother's X5M and then
Yeah,
our
X5M
AMG, I think.
Yeah, AMG, and then
Yeah.
your 720S was going to the McLaren that day.
Oh yeah,
It was going that day,
Yeah.
and it was never to be seen for a couple months.
4 or 5 months. Yeah,
We got to review your SVJ before you sell it.
yeah, for sure.
Because you're trying to sell it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sell it, yeah.
What's your reason for selling it?
I'm over it.
You're over it?
Yeah, I truly dailied it. I drove
You
it
did.
every single day
Yeah.
since I bought the car. I only drove my Urus if the SVJ needed maintenance. That's it. I needed an SUV to do whatever I had to do that day.
Sure.
But besides that, it was SVJ every single freaking day, dude. And
Yeah.
so I put like 8,000 or 9,000 miles on it since, which, mind you, the last two owners of the car averaged 1,700 miles per year.
Yep.
I did 4,000 miles in the first month.
Whoa, that's, man,
Yeah.
like,
So I
dude,
drove the piss.
I hate these supercar owners that garage their cars, man.
Well, I feel like this.
ah.
Here's my opinion. Do not buy a car in which you cannot afford the depreciation.
100%, yeah.
Simple.
100%.
Yeah.
Everybody, do you know what car I really want is a G-Wagon 6x6. But if I buy that for 1.4 and I just pound the miles on it, and at 80,000 miles, it's not going to be worth 1.4. It's going to be worth like 800 grand, 600. I'm not in the financial position. I mean, I can, but I don't want to lose $600,000.
Yeah, it's not a
Right?
smart
On the
financial decision.
SVJ,
Yeah.
I bought it for $6 whatever. If I sell it for $550, $540, fuck it, cool. I can afford that. I can't afford the $600,000 loss on a 6x6. And so my financial decisions for cars is not based upon the payment. It's based upon the depreciation that I will do. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of guys buy cars that they can afford the note, but they can't afford to drive them. And I'm not a believer in that at all. Like, that's why you won't ever see me in a 765, or unless it's like a high spec car, or you won't see me in cars that depreciate hard. Besides the Cullinan, I like that car. I'll take the hit on that car. But
Yeah.
besides that, yeah, no. So every car that I pick, it is a car that doesn't depreciate as bad.
I was surprised with the Cullinan. You talking about you want to get one, because I remember you with the gold
G-Wagon.
the G-Wagon, and then Cullinan is very out of left field. I didn't know where that came from.
Yeah, I don't know, just out of the blue, man. I'm starting to be a little bit more free. I've been very just save, work, invest, work, save. You know, to where now I'm kind of cooling down just
Got
a
to
little
treat
bit.
yourself a little bit for
Just
all
a
that hard
little
work,
bit.
you know?
Yeah, just a tiny bit, but I don't want to let go too much. But like I'm trying to get a house right now in Laguna Beach. You know, I'm trying to get into the next phase of my life. You know, and I see myself with a satin black Cullinan and like a satin black 812, a nice house by the water, and you know, a girl that I love, and just relaxing and going to work and coming back. I enjoyed the SVJ penthouse, going out all the time life, and definitely burnt me out for sure.
Okay.
So I'm trying to move on into the next phase of
100%.
life and just kind of settle down a little bit more, be a little more dialed in, and touch earth more. Shout out John Bowles, who's been helping me grow as a person. So yeah.
There we go. As they say, you know, there's levels to this shit. You're graduating to that next level.
Yeah.
Next chapter, right?
Yeah.
Chapter 31.
Right.
Or no, 28. You're 28, so let's say.
It feels like chapter 87, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what happens when like you know, you're stressed at a young age and you're working hard at a young age.
I don't look 28. I know I don't look 28, but it's because of the stress that I've had.
Yeah.
Life's kicked my ass, bro. Life has, and life has fucking beat me down, and that's why I'm not 28. When I meet someone who's 27, my instant response, "Oh, you're young." They're like, "How old are you?" I'm like, 28. They're like, "Well," I'm like, "Trust me, we're not the same age."
Mentally,
we're not the same. What I have gone through, very, 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 very few people have gone through that at 28 or by 26.
Sure.
You know, I have learned a lot.
I can relate to that honestly because like when I was like maybe 18 or 19, 20, I'm 21 now. So I remember when I was a little bit younger, I would like my friend group was always older people.
Yeah.
You know,
same.
like I was 18, 19 hanging out with like, you know, 20, 21, 22 year olds. Like that was just always my friend group. It's just, I think it was just my maturity, honestly, just having to grow up at a young age and, you know, helping my parents out at a young age.
Yep.
I guess that's just what it does to you.
Yep.
You know, luckily I'm not trying to stress as much, but hey, we're just putting in the work and trying to make this shit happen.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
100%.
You're doing it.
100%. Yeah, no, we're doing it little by little. You know, we look back, you know, a few months ago and we're like, wow, we've grown a lot. And I remember like if we told ourselves a few months ago, like, yo, we'd be here, or, you know, we'd do this, we were like, what? No.
Well, it just goes to show that consistency is key.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
That's it. It's all about being just showing up, man.
Exactly.
Showing up.
And everyone will tell you that, and everyone's saying that for a reason, because it's the key.
It is literally the
true.
key. Yeah.
Like literally.
To me, it's God, consistency, and desire.
Yeah.
Right? Those are three huge things that you need. You have to have God on your side, some belief, and if anybody disagrees with me, I don't care. I will die on that hill that everything we receive is from God. We must put in the work, but it's ordained through Him, and then the work that you put in.
Yeah.
I hate the people that say, I did it all by myself. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. No. False.
Yeah. I feel like also, you know, I'm super grateful, and I'm sure I could speak for both of us, super grateful and humble. Like we haven't even hit a year and we've seen a lot of progress.
Yeah.
You know, and just that motivation and action behind the consistency is keeping us going.
You guys did it. You guys pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
You guys fucking started.
Yeah.
You guys actually did it.
Yeah.
So many people, they sit at a hookah lounge and they're boys and they play, hey, we should do this, and then what? The conversation dies there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had that conversation and then just
And you
just
did
uploaded,
it.
you know?
Homie, you did it.
Literally,
And
like
that's what's cool. Is I'm proud. I mean, I don't know how much this means, but I'm proud of you guys.
That
Like,
means a
that's
lot.
awesome. I see your shit. I'm like, cool, dope. These kids are still doing it, right? A lot of times we think that we're going to have this one aha, this is what I'm going to do to make. No. I didn't know that the things that I own now are going to be what I was going to do.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
But what ends up happening is as you start, then ideas start to compile, and they just form on top of it. And then you get that one, oh, this is it, right?
Yeah.
Like, for example, when I started buying Section 8 houses, I never knew that I would be in this position where I'm now helping people buy Section 8 houses, and they're paying me $10,000 a house, right? When I started my shop, I never knew we started only wrapping cars.
Oh, well.
I never knew. I wanted to, but I never knew that we would actually. I have a 765 in my shop right now that is going to be 1,000 horsepower job.
Ooh.
Wrap, wheels, intercoolers, the whole shebang, But when we started, it was just wrapping cars.
Yeah.
So you have to start something, and you don't know what will form out of it. As long as you constantly work on that idea and you try to grow it, and once you face this roadblock, you pivot. And then you pivot, and then you pivot. You constantly pivot to where you just keep finding where the success is, and then you find it, and then you stick to that.
Yeah.
Dude, man, I'll always go back to Gary Vee. I was literally talking to him like in the car about this. Like, Gary Vee always preaches about like trying new things.
Yeah.
You know, like just always trying new things and going at new things because like you never know. Like the next thing that you try could be the thing that makes it.
Amen.
You know.
And my friend, our good friend Sydney, actually, I don't know who made this quote, but she told me this quote. It's you only fail once you quit.
Yeah.
Amen.
Oh,
You
dude,
only fail once you
literally.
quit.
Amen.
And since we're on a little quote run, I have another quote. It's if you wait for
Hit
the
us.
right, if you wait for the right time will never come.
Mm.
If you wait for tomorrow will never come. So take action today.
My favorite is if you want to succeed, you have to want it as bad as you breathe.
Oh shoot.
It's true.
Wait. Repeat that.
If you want to succeed, you have to want it as bad as you breathe, as you need to breathe, or something.
Yeah,
like
dude.
that.
Because if you
Essentially,
ain't
what do you need? Air. We need air.
Yeah.
So whatever you want, you have to want it that bad.
Yeah.
Right? Like my favorite analogy is if you're under water and the water's right here and you're out of breath, you're gonna hold it in just a little more. You're gonna keep trying. You're gonna swim as hard as you can.
Yeah.
Your goal in life at that moment is I need air. That is all you need at that moment. You don't care about an SVJ. You don't care about that chick. You don't care about those clothes, the shoes, the party, nothing. You don't care. All you care about is that air. That's how bad you have to want your goals. You ask me, how bad did you want that SVJ? It was as bad as I want air. I did whatever the hell it took to get that car. And it's not about the damn car. Fuck the car. It's about being in the financial position to be able to have that car. And not only have that car, but to beat the living shit out of it and to drive the hell out of it and pump $7,000 a month in gas and not care about miles or I hit a speed bump or scrape or whatever. I want to be able to enjoy it and drive it, but I must be in that financial position to be able to have that car. And the only way to get that at such a young age was I needed to want that car as bad as I wanted to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I get these other dudes are like, oh, I'm going to get one in a year. I'm like, what did you do last Saturday? I went out with my boy. Shut the fuck up, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
What's your game plan?
What's your game plan, homie?
Yeah,
Like, you're trying to do some crazy shit. I'm not saying it's impossible, but homie, like, you're trying to do some crazy shit. That means every day you got to work towards your goal every single day.
Yeah.
And it sounds extreme. There's no balance, but your goal is extreme too.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
I get asked all the time, what's the perfect work life? None. There's no balance. There's no balance.
Yeah.
If you have these stupendously huge goals, there's no balance. You set a goal that has no balance. If the goal is so dumb, then your goals have to be dumb. The work ethic is dumb.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. No, I really like that quote, the breathe one.
Yeah, dude.
It was said by I think it was Eric something. Is a very prominent speaker.
I like that.
Yeah.
No, that was cool. Touching on the SVJ, we were talking about it. You drove the SVJ up to Monterey. How was that?
Crazy experience. Yeah, so I took my car to another shop and they put the wheel on, but they didn't put it on right. And so my car started to shake. I was like, what the hell is happening? I look out the car and the wheel's like this.
Oh, no.
You have comfort seats in there, right? I saw you took the bucket side. Did you not like the buckets?
They're super uncomfortable.
Really? Like after how long? Like after like 2-3 hours of
After
driving
like
it?
10 minutes, bro. Well, at
Really?
least for me, I've crashed a few cars. So I have a herniated L4, L5,
Oh, okay.
sciatic. Like even right now, I have pain here.
Oh, wow.
And I'm sitting on this chair. So I changed out the seats. They're night and day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've revved a few for the videos. Come on. You should know the seat.
Yeah, I know, but dude, I'm in there for like
They
2-3
look
minutes, bro.
Super sick. The carbon seats are super sick, but I just can't. Especially being a daily, I just can't do it. Yeah.
There you go. That's true. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
daily.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I'm scared, dude, because I want to get a G80 and like,
Oh, here we go.
oh boy.
BMW.
Hey, camera's rolling. He wants a G80.
No,
this Mercedes Glazer wants a
No,
G80.
I didn't say that. I said, I was looking at C63s in the future.
I hate that car.
Okay, never mind.
I bought a.
He's roasting both of us today.
No, I bought a 2018 C63S probably 3 years back for my ex-wife. Absolutely hated the car.
Oh wait, what'd you hate about it?
It's just it would never put the power down,
Okay.
and it just felt really loppy.
Okay.
And to me, the M3 is night and day compared to the C63. I don't like drama in terms of steering and handling.
Mhm.
I like precision, which is also why I don't like the SVJ in terms of driving. That's why I would take a 765 over an SVJ if you're only comparing the driving aspect, not including the sound. Sound, obviously, SVJ all day. But if you had to take between a 765 and an SVJ and you're only comparing the driving, I would take the 765 because it's so precise. The same thing with the C63 or just AMGs in general. And I've had 3 of them. I've had 2 I have one now, but I've had 2 AMG GTSs and an AMG C63S. Fun cars, loud cars, super cool. Interior shits on BMW in my opinion, for sure. But BMW is a pretty precise car.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, but like I was more so looking at it as like, yeah, I'll give credit where credit's due. Is G80 a better overall car than the C63S? Sure. Now I'm looking at getting pre-owned. And
Why?
because of just the depreciation.
What's your goal in life?
My goal in life with the car or with
Just in life.
general? I want to get to a point. Section 8 has been like my ideal kind of career wise. And
What do you see yourself at 25? 5 years from now? Where do you see yourself?
probably I want to have at least 10 Section 8 units.
Okay, so you want to have 10. Let's say the average Section 8 costs $350,000.
Yeah.
So now let's break that up into 5 years. That means you have to spend $70,000 a year to get to that goal.
100%.
Okay. So now if you how much do you make right now? Let's not answer that here, but let's say you're making $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
So now you have to spend that 70 of that 100 on Section 8s to get to that goal by 5 years. And that's also not factoring in taxes and
100%.
expenses.
100%.
So you buying that car is going to hold you back.
Yeah, no, I wasn't even talking about like right now or anytime soon.
2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, like when I'm nearing when I have my Section 8, just
Okay,
like
good.
a little treat.
You're not talking about now though. Right?
No. We're talking in the future.
Yeah.
And the reason why I kind of settled down on the C63S, I was just like looking at the market now. I agree, G80s are better cars, but
but by then you're gonna have a new car and then a new goal.
but like
And by that time you're not gonna want.
You're right. It's just a little argument me and Matt like
Yeah.
to have, like
Yeah.
in the meanwhile
For
to
sure.
we just have. And I always
Yeah.
tell him, I'm like, okay, it's a better car, but is it worth like the extra $35,000?
Let me ask you guys this then: Ferrari or Lamborghini?
Ferrari's way more classy, in my opinion.
Ferrari or
than a
Lamborghini?
Lambo.
Fuck, man.
I would take a Ferrari. I would love to experience a Lambo, say I've had one, but like the end goal is having some nice Ferraris, like a nice.
So I'll tell you
812.
mine. I've owned 2 Lamborghinis.
Okay.
If you include my brother's, which is not mine, but I've drove the hell out of it, 3. I would today, and I own a SVJ and a Urus right now. I would take Ferrari.
Yeah, I mean, I say Ferrari just because that 40, that gated manual.
Dope.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm talking about
Classic.
the refinement of the car. The SVJ, again, everybody fucking throw a roar. I own the damn car. I can say what I want to say, and I drove the hell out of it.
Yeah.
That's my fucking car. I will tell you that as a daily driver, which again, the SVJ was not even built to be driven every damn day. But for me, that's what I do. As a daily driver, I would never get the Aventador again unless it's the Aventador S. So I was actually contemplating buying an Aventador S Roadster as a daily. It's way less aggressive. It's a lot easier to drive. Costs half the price.
I hear that. Yeah.
I was contemplating that. But in terms of just overall car, the feel, the ease, I would take Ferrari all day.
Yeah. Okay.
As a daily.
I want to hear your opinion on the 9923 RS. I was gonna say 99. So Porsche or Ferrari, because you're looking at an 812, right?
Yes.
All right. I probably already know my answer, but
Ferrari.
Ferrari or Porsche?
And again, my response is as a daily. And my daily driving is 100 to 200 miles a day.
Damn, where are you driving?
I just drive at night. I'm out. I just don't want to be home. I just drive and I think.
Yeah, it's like therapy. Okay, so I don't mean to cut you off, but that's one thing that non-car people don't
Don't get it.
understand.
Yeah, they don't
These,
get it.
dude, cars are
2
a
days
therapy,
ago, I put
bro.
120 miles on my car in 2 hours, and I didn't leave Orange County at
Yeah.
like 2 o'clock at night.
Like, that's why I'm so grateful for the area that I live in. And, like, dude, sometimes at night, I can just pick up my keys,
Just rip around,
like,
yeah.
hit the canyons of Malibu, hit stunt. Like, it's just therapy, listening to music. It's,
So to answer your question, you said Porsche or Ferrari?
yeah, I guess A12 or a 9923 RS. I just,
fair.
I
So
want to hear
so
you
they're-
flame Porsche.
They're both in the same ballpark of price. As a
Yeah.
daily driver, I would probably want to take the RS because of the look.
Okay.
It looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now I have a few friends that drive GT3 RSs that every time I ever make a comment, they get upset. Shout
hear it.
out Zeno, shout out Manu.
Shout out.
Yeah,
Shout out.
they're gonna get mad, but it's too slow.
They're gonna be like, yeah, it's 4 corners, man.
Yeah, the owner of New Rally, Manu, has a badass matte white or satin white GT3 RS, and
Ah, what a
I went
spec.
up to Car Week with him and his, drive, and he was like, "Well, it's too slow. It's too slow." I was like, "All right, dude." And then my other friend Zeno has a 991.2 GT3 RS in lizard green, super nice car, white sock pack, and he was giving me shit too, like, "Oh, you keep calling it slow." It is slow. It is. It is a slow car. I mean, compared to an A12, compared to a 911 Turbo S. But again, that car is not meant to be
Fast.
dumb
Straight
fast.
line. Yeah, it's not meant to be straight
It's
line.
a
Yeah.
track car, great handling car. I get it. But if I had to pick between the RS and that, now here's the other problem: the RS. Who the fuck is paying 200 grand over? I don't understand this.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, it's
Honestly, okay,
overrated,
dude.
right?
I much rather get a 992 GT3 in a 6-speed. You know?
I would rather for 500 for 450 500 grand. If I was gonna spend that, I would get an 812 for low threes, and I get a 992 turbo.
Yeah.
Dude,
That works. Yeah.
you're so right.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
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 So like, and that's kind of where I stand on the SVJ too. Like, I love the car, but I kind of got it out of my system. So that's why I'm kind of like, all right, like let's have some fun here. Like, that's why I want to get the Cullinan, and then I'll have the Cullinan, the Urus, the AMG, my 911 turbo, and then I'll get an 812. So cool. I'll have those 4 or 5 cars, or maybe I get like a Cullinan, an 812, and like a 992 turbo, or a F8 coupe or Spider.
Yeah. Did you expect to get tired of the SVJ as
Yeah,
quickly?
I did.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I remember seeing how bad you wanted one. You'd always talk about
Yeah.
it was your goal and aspiration, and then you finally got one.
Yeah.
And kind of when you announced that you're thinking about getting rid of it, I was like, oh wow.
Well, here's the thing: is I burnt myself out with a car, and people don't understand how brutal my car is. I have one of the most aggressive tunes that you can have.
Oh.
That the gear shifts are just boom, 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 and it's way faster. Shout out Matt from HD, tuned my car stupid fast.
I know.
And all that. But the problem is I can't keep the car, because if I have any other cars, I won't drive them. I just will not drive them
Yeah. You're gonna be biased.
every time. So every time I would, even now, every time I go to my garage to take the Urus, I have both keys. I don't know how fucking I'll drive the SVJ.
Yeah.
Every time, every time. It's 10 out of 10 times.
It's like a favorite child.
I can't not drive it. So even if I have the SVJ and a 765 and an 812, I can guarantee you I will not drive the other 2 cars. I just won't. Like my friend Kevin has the SVJ and he has a SF90. I wouldn't even touch the SF90 if I was in his shoes, because the SVJ is just so fun. So it's a love-hate thing for sure.
That's funny. Speaking of Kevin's SF90, we were in Monterey Car Week. We were at the Spanish Bay Hotel, and we had just parked our car, and there was a SF90 coming in the parking lot, and it looked like kind of Kevin's spec. It was the valet driving. And the valet guy, he pulls up next to us in the SF90, and he's like, because I guess it was in electric mode. He's like, do you guys know how to put this car in and like turn the engine on?
That's tight.
And, you know, Mahmoud's got the experience with the reviews and doing that. So Mahmoud showed him, and that valet turned on, and just seeing that smile on his face.
That's
He
tight.
was just parking the car. Literally, he just went 20 feet with the engine on.
No, yeah, but like as soon as the engine turned on, he kind of ripped it up the street a little bit.
It's okay. We don't need
I don't want to turn a 6.9.
Me and Kevin, like we don't like. I've had his Cullinan now for 3 days.
That's awesome.
I was because I wanted to test drive his car. So I texted him. I said, "Hey, I want to drive your car." He goes, "Cool," and I said, "Cool." And then I gave him my keys to the Urus. I was supposed to give it back that night. We're on day 3, so we'll see how long until I
There
get
you
back
go.
the car.
You might just have it for good.
Yeah, I feel like you're gonna daily the fuck out of the Cullinan.
Oh
huh?
yeah. Well, no, if I get a Cullinan, I'm doing first mod is 215s in the back and full cal sound system, and then after that would be 26s, and after that was maybe a wide body kit, maybe, and then lower it. And
That's just gonna be balling.
yeah.
So ball.
Because that's the only way the car will be fun for me. Like my G-Wagon 4x4 squared, I got over that shit in 2 fucking days. But then my brother surprised me with the sound system when I flew to Dubai. I came back and I turned on my car and it was boom, balls, always sick. And that's when I started to like enjoy it. So the Cullinan, same fucking thing. I want to put 2 15s in either 2 10s, 2 12s, or 2 15s. I don't know how Inland Empire Corona I would like to go. But like when I had my Dodge Charger, I had 2 10s in the back, and 2 12s. That shit knocked. My truck, I had 2 12s in the back. That shit knocked. And then the G-Wagon, I think it was 2 12s. So sound systems for me are a huge thing that like go into the enjoyment. Because I love my music when I drive. I love my music. I need that shit.
I'm the same way, bro.
I start my car. I pick my song. I turn it all the way up, max it out. The windows go down. I'm just cruising. Like that's my thing.
I can't relate to that. You know, something we always argue about too is I don't listen to music. Like when I say that, I actually mean that.
He just sits there in his thoughts, bro. I'm just like, bro, are you crazy?
Yeah, I could
And I'll
never.
tell you, and I kind of came to the like everyone always asked me like, oh, you're a psychopath. Like, why don't you? And I never really had a reason until like the other day one of my friends like asked me, and then I was like, oh, I don't know. Like I just don't feel like plugging in my phone or like choosing a playlist. It seems like a waste of time. And then they just kept asking. And then I found myself like answering the question. I was like, dude, like my whole day, just like the way my life is, I'm just like, I'm never really have time for myself. I don't know. Like just to like think to myself. So it's like when I get those like 10, 15 minutes in my car driving from place to place, it's just nice to kind of like sit in my own thoughts.
See, I don't want to sit in my own thoughts.
Yeah,
I
I feel like
crazy.
I feel like the music like helps me calm down.
Not in a depressing way. I'm saying like, no, I'm saying like, no, I don't even mean.
My mom make me make cookie
Easy, I shouldn't even fucking said it. I'm saying not even in a depressing way. Like thinking about goals and aspirations and just stuff like that. Like I don't even mean in a depressing way. I should have clarified that. But yeah, I
sounds like you hate your life, bro.
Fuck off. I'm just gonna shut up right now.
After this podcast, you want to talk, bro?
Yeah,
I'm there for you.
right, yeah. You can take over, co-host.
Yeah, I'll take over the spotlight. Yeah, don't worry.
That's funny. He's like, I don't want to think. Or sorry.
Okay. All right. Yes. Moving on.
Mahmoud listens to Lana Del Rey in the car.
Yeah, he fucking does.
Summertime,
Summertime.
Dead ass. He listens to and he'll say with pride, it's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, dude, I
Nothing
love
at all.
Lana Del Rey. Dude.
Bro, listen, my music selection is the most unique, randomest shit you've ever heard.
Yes, bro, the same.
Yeah,
same.
I'll bump fucking Mongolian rock to some Viking shit, to some Nigerian shit, to some Pakistani shit, Punjabi
Okay,
shit,
never
Afghani
mind.
shit.
Now you're definitely on a different level, bro.
Well, it's for me. Music, I don't know, like I feel it differently. Like the beats and the vibe and the rhythm, it just gets me going, and like it like gives me chills at like times, and that's why a sound system in a car is very crucial for my experience in driving a car. Is I need it. Yeah.
Now, like when you add that to the mountains, you're driving stick in like a nice like driver's car. It's a different level of therapy, man.
His
It's like
therapy is going 25 and a 45, the music off in the far right.
Yeah,
right,
no shit.
Dude,
Yeah, that's not.
This motherfucker, dude. This
There's no
motherfucker.
fucking rain, but the wipers are on. He's just driving.
Nah, bro, I'm not gonna lie. If there was a cop in this room and we were telling the cop how this motherfucker drives, bro, he'd be in jail for the rest of his life.
Speaking of cops, I literally got a ticket 2 weeks ago for eating pita bread and hummus at a red light.
No shit.
Yeah.
Distracted driving.
Oh wow.
I didn't know that's a thing. You can get a ticket. It's like a cell phone ticket.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was eating pita bread and hummus at a red light. You know what's funny? I saw the cop and I was actually in my mom's car and we tinted her window. She's got a Range Rover. So the cop was next to me. I'm like, shit, okay, like act normal. I don't want to get me for tint. So I put my window down.
just
And
sitting there
then I started eating my food that my dad, like I was on the way to pick up my cousin from the airport. My dad, you know, he's Middle Eastern, take some food with you. Like I didn't eat anything. He like packed me a little pita bread and hummus. And then I was like, to act normal in front of the cop, I started eating it. And then the light turns green. He pulls me over. Motorcycle cop, which, you know, there's a stigma around motorcycle
for
cops.
sure.
And then he just asked for my license, not insurance or nothing. Came back with the ticket. I said, "What's the ticket for?" He said, "Distracted driving." I
So
said,
by law, they're supposed to, if I'm correct, they're supposed to tell you in the very beginning of when you get pulled over that why I pulled you over.
"Correct." And he claimed he did. I said, "You didn't tell me." He's like, "Did you not hear what I said? Did I mumble?" And I literally looked at him and I said, "You did. You have your helmet on and a face mask on. I have no idea what you said.
Yeah.
All I heard was license, and I wasn't trying to like argue with you. I just handed it to you. I don't know what you said, but whatever. It's a $20 ticket, but I didn't know. It was a learning experience. You can't eat while driving."
Nah, but this dude, when he's in a rush, bro, he'll get us there on time. Like this motherfucker's cutting up in traffic. Like the only time I drive crazy like that is in the canyons. Like that is really the only time like that I really do. But this motherfucker on the freeway, bro.
Well, you can't drive crazy because you drive BMWs and you need rod bearings and Vanos and you need to spend like 5 G's in order to drive your car, which is kind of stupid. But
Personally, I wouldn't take that. That's crazy. That's crazy.
nah, he'll take
Hey,
it.
I was defending your ass, saying that you're a
Get
good
your ass out.
driver.
I'm just kidding. Let's do the segment with the cars. We put a couple sets of cars together, kind of like fuck, marry, kill, but keep, sell, destroy with cars. And we kind of want you to answer that and give your take on the 3 cars.
Keep, sell, destroy. SVJ, SF90, 9923 RS.
Keep SUJ, sell SF90, destroy RS.
I expected keep SF90.
Yeah, I was thinking you would sell the SVJ.
I told you, if I will pick the SVJ over every single car.
Yeah, shit, no,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
What about
Okay.
the second set.
Oh, Cullinan, G-Wagon, Urus.
Sell the G-Wagon, destroy the Urus.
G80 M3, C63S, could be W204 or newer year, or Nissan GTR.
I don't know where the GTR came from. That was
Keep
him.
the M3, sell the C63, destroy the GTR.
Okay, JDM boys ain't gonna like that.
I don't like the car.
I
Yeah,
don't like
I-
it either.
I-
It's Trump.
I think it's a very nice, fast Nissan Altima.
There you go. At the end of the day, you look down at your keys.
I don't care what
Says
anybody
Nissan.
says. Yeah.
Every single time, like, I think about a Nissan GTR, it reminds me of that one scene from Fast and Furious where Paul Walker was like, I want a second chance at that race.
Yeah.
And then they started racing those fucking big-ass boats in the mountains, bro, like curving in and out. Like, dude, what?
I'm not a fan of the car at all. Never was, never have been. It's just not my forte.
What about JDM in general? Dude,
Not my forte.
not your
I think it's cool. I just don't get it, to be
Neither
honest.
do I.
I don't understand it. I'm more of an exotic Ferrari, Lamborghini, McLaren, speed, precision. You know, that's my type of thing. I've never been into JDM. Besides, maybe a R34 would be cool, or like a 300 ZX because my dad used to have one back in like 19 fucking I don't know what, but I was never a fan of that shit ever.
Mm-hmm. All right, well,
I do think that a lot of people don't even, like, for example, I don't even talk about Bugattis and Paganis or anything like that because I would never expect to buy one. And I would never expect to buy one because I can't daily those. You just can't daily those cars. So thus, I feel like those conversations don't even go in people's heads, right? So the same way how I don't talk about hypercars, I think a lot of people don't talk about exotics. And then they kind of just fall down into this and they fall in love with JDMs because they cost, I mean, there are some that can be expensive as fuck for sure. But I feel like they don't even like attempt to like get into it because it's just like so much. That's just my 2 cents. Then you're going to have guys here, well, certain cars go for 300 grand. I don't care. I'm saying in general, you know.
Yeah. Do you ever see yourself like in the far future if it is far future, like owning a Pagani, Bugatti, or something like that?
The reality is I can buy one right now.
Yeah.
I can afford a Bugatti to buy it and afford it and make the payment and the down payment and whatever, all that. But I can't afford to drive it.
Mm-hmm.
If I bought a Bugatti Chiron for $3.4 million and I put 80,000 or 40,000 miles on it, what is it gonna be worth?
Yeah.
To? So I can't afford the depreciation on it.
Yeah.
I mean, could I spend it? Sure. Do I want to? Hell no.
Do they interest you at all? Like Bugattis and Paganis?
Not really.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like it's just so expensive.
Yeah.
And it's like so scary,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, dude. I feel like driving one of those, like, I'd be anxious all the time.
I'm driving a fucking $650,000 car every single day, and maybe I just need to make more.
There you go.
Shit, bro. I'm worried about crashing my E46 M3 every single day.
Yeah. No, I took my Urus off-roading and jumped it.
Oh,
and
shit.
took it in the sand, took it up a fucking, I just
that is so
sent
sick.
it. And maybe I need to make enough to where how that feels towards that is how I would feel towards that. Like, I'm really big on, I don't want to care about what happens to the car.
Yeah.
I don't want to care about it. And if I have to care, I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't want it. Like, if I were to buy a Huracan today and I blew up the trans, I wouldn't. All right, cool. I'll fix it.
Yeah.
I can afford to do it easily. Now, if I bought a Bugatti and I blew the motor, I'm spending $700,000.
Yeah. Fuck that.
It all boils down to, like, can I destroy the car? If I can't afford to, I don't want it.
I actually like that mindset. That's a very like straight to the point mindset. 100%.
I don't want to be a guy. Oh, don't touch the paint. Oh, don't buy this. Oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Fuck, oh my God, I would never.
I actually saw a lot of Porsche Dakars.
Ah,
on
me too. They're bad.
Monterey, dude.
They're bad.
They're sick.
I would
Yeah.
I would buy one if they weren't priced. If that car was a
How
two,
much are they?
I think like 3s or 4s. I
That's
think. I
insane.
think.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
12.
Yeah, I would rather no.
What's your favorite car you saw in Monterey, if you have one?
Favorite car was one of my friends has a G-Wagon 6x6.
Okay. Yeah.
If you can't tell, I love that car. I think it's so sick.
Is it the one he came with the whole crew? They got the black one, the
Yeah,
one
yeah,
with the
yeah.
cab and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's cool. What was your least favorite car you saw?
I don't really have a least favorite car.
Yeah.
I think I'm not a fan of Astons.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of some Ferraris. I'm not a fan of Tesla, obviously. But besides that, I think all cars are pretty cool for the right person. Yeah. Oh, I'm not a fan of Bentleys either.
Ooh. Okay.
Not a fan of Bentley. I would never buy that ever.
I haven't seen a Bentley driving in a long time.
Yeah.
They
some reason.
just tank.
Yeah, they
They just
do.
tank so bad. You can get a Bentayga for
just-
like 90 grand.
I was just gonna say, I literally saw one for 72
Same
grand.
with
Jeez.
Maseratis, bro.
Maseratis,
There
don't
you go.
even fucking-
That's the car that I hate.
Yeah,
Maserati, yeah.
FCA.
Maserati is hands down
Oh
the
god.
worst brand you can own.
100%.
The crazy thing is the Maserati Ghibli has a lot of pieces from the Chrysler 200. Swear to God. Go look at the switches for the windows. It shares the same as one of a Chrysler 300. The infotainment is the same of an $18,000 Dodge Charger.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's such a pile of shit. And it boggles my mind when I see people that are driving Ghibli or the SUV, and you can see them drive, and the arrogancy that that oozes off of them. I'm like, bro, do you not know what you're driving?
They don't. No, that's the
And
thing.
they
They
don't
don't know.
They truthfully don't know.
It's literally a Dodge with like a Italian cover.
Yeah,
Like
literally.
an Italian cover.
Literally. It's like Lexus. It's made by Toyota, but you rebadge it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's a fucking Toyota, and Maserati is the same thing. It's a fucking Chrysler.
Or Alfa Romeos too.
Yeah, I don't even care for those
Oh my
cars.
god, Alfa Romeo is like
That is
knockoff
one,
BMWs,
that is
bro.
one brand I could give. I mean, that and Maserati are two brands I could not give a single shit for. Like, I don't care. I would never even fathom or contemplate acquiring that car ever.
Yeah, especially for the MSRP on
The only reason why I would buy a Ghibli, they're cheap. They're like 18,000, brand new. You can buy them for what, like 90. The only reason why I'd buy a Ghibli is to take it to the range and just yeah, that's literally it, dude. Like, I would never, or like just beat the fuck out of it. Like, have some fun, like do something. Actually, so me and my friends are thinking about buying cars for $500 each and doing like a on the street demolition derby at like lights.
Bro, you so
Oh my
short.
god.
So
That's
funny.
fun. One of the cars we reviewed, it was actually a Bugatti Veyron.
Oh, shit.
We reviewed that, and the owner, he owns a bunch of tanks,
Oh shit.
and he was talking to us like coming out. We'll get some cheap cars and just run over them with tanks.
That's tight.
That's something he wanted to do, but yeah, like
That's
that,
tight.
Yeah, that's definitely something on the schedule
That's
yeah,
tight.
for
that'd
sure.
be crazy. Maybe we'll all do something.
I'm down. Let's run it,
You,
dude.
you guys get the cars, we'll provide the tanks.
Let's run it, dude. Let's do it. I'm down.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. Okay. All right. The main question, the question of the night. What are your thoughts on BMWs and the Glazers behind them? Because I'm one of them.
Okay. Well, you're talking to somebody who daily is an SVJ.
Yeah.
And so to me, BMW is a great brand. At this point in my life, I would probably never consider one for myself. Now I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of somebody who is enticed by that car. I'm not a huge fan of the community. If there was a BMW I would buy, it'd probably be an X5M. My brother had one, absolutely shits on my Urus. Handling, performance, you name it. The X5M is probably one of the best SUVs I've ever driven. Besides that, I'm not a fan of the M5s. I'm not a fan of the M3s. I mean, I think they're cool. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
I think every car community has its own, fanboy base, But yeah, I'll leave it at that. Like I don't really care for them. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. No, that's honestly very fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, and it's the same way about somebody asking me about Bugatti. I don't care for them because that's not what I care for. Right now, my price range for cars is between like 200 to like 700,000, and so I only care about cars in that range, and so I don't even look at cars under like $150-ish, and I don't really look at cars above $7. Like I love the SF90 Spider, but I'm not paying $770 for that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I think they're cool. You're just
Yeah.
Nice. And my last question to end this all over is, in 5 years, where do you see yourself? Where do you want to be? What's your ideal? Like, you want to be settled down? You want to have a family? What does your garage look like? Where do you wanna be?
5 years from now, I would hope I'm married with at least a few kids. We're talking I'm 33, so I would hope I'm married, few kids, hopefully a house which I'm actually trying to find now in Laguna Beach. I have my wife is driving hopefully like a Tiffany blue 488 or something cool.
Ooh.
Or like a GC23 or a GC23 4x4 squared. I would love to have a Mercy Lago. I would love to have a SVJ Roadster. I would love to have a G-Wagon 6x6 as a daily. And I just want to be okay. And I think a lot of people want to be happy. I think that's stupid because happiness is the extreme opposite of being sad. And it's very hard to sustain being happy. And it's very hard to be sad. I think I just want to be okay. If I can maintain being okay at 33, being content and having a family and kids and some cool cars and my mom and dad are taken care of, I'm fulfilling my obligations to God and doing my prayers and taking care of the poor, I'm straight. I'm good.
I love that.
I love it. I so agree with that, man. Like, life has so many highs and lows that it's never gonna just be down here or up here. Like, you need to find that
If
middle
you can
ground.
maintain being okay,
Yeah,
you're winning.
I like that.
100%.
Do you think money buys happiness?
In general, no, but it will turn calamities, something bad happened. Majority of the time, you can throw money at the problem and it'll solve it. Calamities from here to there. Let's say you're driving, you popped a tire, right? My tire on the Urus is $1,200 a tire. Just the tires alone are $5,000.
Oh shit.
You pop a tire, it sucks. $1,200, here you go, done.
Yeah.
Something bad happens, water line breaks at your house, insurance doesn't cover it, costs you $20,000. It sucks, but here you go, done.
Yeah.
Your mom and dad, something happens, they need an emergency fly back to Iran because somebody's sick. You want them to fly nice or quick, whatever. Here's $4,000, done. So money does not bring happiness, but if you do it right, it'll turn calamities into inconveniences.
I like that. That's a
Yeah.
really good answer.
Yeah,
man.
I haven't heard it that way. That was really eye opening.
Thank you.
But yeah, guys, thank you for everyone at home watching, whether you're listening or you're watching the podcast. Thank you so much. Hope you guys enjoyed our first episode with the one, the only Kasem. We thank you for coming onto the podcast, and we
Sure.
appreciate all the free game and knowledge you gave not only to us, but to the people watching at home. And make sure to thumbs up this video, guys. Comment down below any guests you want to see on the podcast in the future. If you like any of the merch we're rocking or these license plate frames, links are in the description, or PersianProductions.shop. Check us out on all other platforms. But yeah, I mean,
Use code Persian for 10% off.
you already know. But yeah, this was definitely a very cool experience. And as you guys know, our followers, we've never really kind of broke character. So
Yeah.
this is our first time showing you guys an insight on the people behind the characters of Jamshid and Mahmoud. So we hope you guys enjoy this
Yep.
new style of content, and we'll see you guys in the next one. We'll see you later.